Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So here I'm on a live now. So it is in a .NET Core preparation. So in .NET Core preparation, we see the C Sharp interview questions. The most frequently asked C Sharp interview questions are what are the constructors? So let's see what are the constructors. So constructor is a special method. So constructor is a special method in a class. Constructor is a special method in a class. Constructor is a special method in a class that gets automatically invoked when an object of that class is created. So what is it? Constructor is a special method. Constructor is a special method. Constructor is a special method that constructor is a special method in a class that gets automatically invoked when an object of that class is created. Let's see what actually constructor. Go to the Visual Studio. See, I'll in a program. Okay, I'm taking only the sound all. Okay, I'm taking another project. Okay, I'm creating an other project. Create a new project. I'm creating in a class library. See, oh, okay. I'm creating a console application. Let's say in a console application. So I'm creating in a dot C sharp C sharp practice live. So here you can see my C sharp practice project is created console app. So here you can see, come here and you will see here one global using declaratives are there, right? So and coming to here, you are able to see this quick actions. So you are click on that. Here you can see convert to the program dot main file, main style program. So it is converted that like an initially it was hide, right? So if you're clicking on that, so it can convert to the program style file. So you can so public static void main. So main method will come. You can see here. Here now, here it is a private, but you need to public. So this is also public. So public. Okay. So this is a let me execute it once. So C sharp practice live. So I'm executing. So hello world should be came here. See came right. Hello world. Okay. So everything is looks good. So this is my main method. So this is my main method. So here I'm creating another class in here only in the project. I'm adding another class. So create a new class and class name. Let's take example class. So I'm adding here. You can see the example class is created. So example class is created. And okay, here this is the class, right? For this I'm creating in a constructor public example. So this is a default constructor. This is a default constructor. So here parameters are not there. So what actually here, see here, default constructor. A default constructor is a constructor that does not have any parameters. Default constructor is a constructor that does not have any parameter. Right here you can see there is any parameters. No, there is no parameters. So here come to here, see, it is mainly used to initialize an object with some values, default values. It is mainly used to initialize an object with some default values. So if we don't define any constructor in our class, the compiler automatically provides a default one. Okay, if we don't define any constructor, right, in a constructor, our class, the compiler automatically provides default one. Here, see, for example, if I create a class employee and I don't add any constructor, then I create an object using new keyword employee. The system automatically calls the default constructor. The system automatically calls the default constructor. So also we have a parameterized constructor. So let's see what is a parameterized constructor. So coming here, para, sorry. So public example, uh, int a and int b. And see, this is an parameter constructor. So here, see, this is an parameter constructor. So this is an the method name should same with the class name. Method name and class name should be same. This is a default one, default constructor, default constructor. This is a parameterized constructor, parameterized constructor. So this is the default and this is the parameterized constructor. Let's see, put a breakpoint here, put a breakpoint here. I'm putting here breakpoint and here also. I'm going in a program.cs file. For I'm creating an object for that class, example class. So let's see. I'm creating an object example and example is equal to new example. And let's see. This is an default constructor or default. No. So let's execute. First, it will where it will go. See, so automatically it came to the constructor only, right? It automatically it call constructor. After that, default constructor. After that, it will go to the example. Continue. Okay, you're not passed any values here, right? If you pass like in a 12 comma 13, see, now execute, it will go to the parameterized constructor. See, here came, right? You can see public example int a and int b. It came to the parameterized constructor. Now execute. Yes, right. So here you pass the parameters, and same thing we have a uh, copy constructor. So what copy constructor is? Let's see. A copy constructor that creates a new object as a copy of an existing object. A copy constructor that creates a new object as a copy. A new object as a copy of an existing object. A constructor that creates a new object as a copy of an existing object. So C sharp does not provide a default copy constructor. Okay, you need to manually do it duplicate. So uh, for example, here see, for example, so coming here, and for example, see, this is a default constructor, right? So I am passing object employee object e. So this is a copy constructor. Let's say this is a copy constructor. How it is treated as a copy constructor. Copy constructor, because here we pass the object. What is employee? E is an object. So see, let's execute. Oh, error is came. Example does not contain the constructor that takes two. Okay, here error is came because these parameters are not there. So I'd say go to here and put here breakpoint. Let's see. So it came here, and okay. So here you can where copy constructor. Let's see. To here program example.c is here. Mm, let's see how some examples from the chat gpt. uh, let's ask what is copy constructor. Here you can see copy constructor is a special constructor in an object oriented program that uses to create a new object as a copy of existing object. Okay, it's not built in automatically. You can define it manually to copy values of one object to another object. So example here, see, copy constructor is a constructor that takes an object of the same class, okay, as parameter and copies its data. Okay, here you can see normal constructor and copy constructor. So this is the normal and copy. See here, why use a copy constructor? Duplicate objects easily, to clone or duplicate objects easily, to create a deep copy. So in one object does not affect the another object, to initialize objects with data from existing ones. Okay, there are the two types of copies are there: deep copy and shallow copy. Shallow copy copies only references, not the objects they point to, not the objects. Let's see what is a shallow copying. So here see, name is equal to name dot other dot name, and the dot deep, same reference. Okay. Deep is a manually purpose, and where we real world example. Let's ask where we use the real world. Let's look like a real world example. Okay, imagine we have an employee who has address object. Okay, we want to create a copy of the employees to prepare a draft record without affecting the original one. So let's imagine we have an employee who has an address object. Yeah, employee has an address object. So we want to create a copy of the employee without affecting the original one. Okay, so here address class is there. Mm, in a address class, city and state is there, address is there. So here you are taking city string. So again, employee public string name and public int id and public address. Okay, see, normal constructor string name and id and address. Okay, name is equal to name, id is equal to id, and employee address is equal to address. Copy constructor employee existing employee name existing employee dot name id and create new address object so it's not shared. Original employees, already there. Mm, mm. Copy employee using the copy constructor. Okay, your original employee. Mm, original normal here name and id and address you're passing and coming to here modify the mp details and mm, so the output is VenuKatike and VenuK Hyderabad. Cloning an employee record before editing avoids modifying the original record accidentally. So duplicating a configuration object for creating the test or drop the versions. Copying the data for undo operations like keep previous state intact. Creating a new object with similar properties without refetching or reinitializing everything. Copy constructor, deep copy and shallow copy. So special constructor that copies one object's value to another. One object values to the another. Let's see in detail. A copy constructor is a special constructor used to create a new object by copying the data of existing object. Create a new object by copying the data existing object of the same class. Let's see properties. Sample note. Let's see. I have taken See employ string name and integer age. Okay. Okay. Small letter and big letter. Initialize with the id is equal to id. Example node. Okay. Yeah. See here example has an int id and string example name. So I have given a id so 21. So it came here. ID is a 21. Now here you can see it will go inside. Example dot. Why not? Put a zero y. Example note y. So this is a copy. I don't know. Let's go with this one and to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT. So, but there are a few important mistakes. Okay, there's no mistake. ID equal to is wrong. Wow, okay, because you used the same variable name as a property. Okay, I'm on a lie.